everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here's Lydia with your full moon in Cancer reading for December 26th, 2023. We are into the last full moon reading of the year. Isn't this exciting? I'm really proud to be able to do this and to have been able to bring these messages to you from spirit. And I'm so grateful for every last one of you who have been able to watch and just your comments, your reviews, and so forth of what's been happening for me in this last little while. And I'm very glad that I'm able to bring this to you. So that's my gratitude to you for this beautiful season and also into the new year. And I will be putting out a first 6-month New Year reading as well very shortly. But I just wanted to address something that I've had a few comments on. Some people have had some difficulties with ads coming up during my videos. Now, I don't subscribe to ads. I don't have any ads. I hate putting in ads for your YouTube, so I would never do that. But I think what is happening is that it's probably the platform that you're on, the web browser that you're on. And I recommend, I'm basically on Brave browser. So that helps a lot because it has its own natural ad blocker. And that would help for your, especially for meditations. I know what that would be like. And it's a very annoying situation to have ads come on in between a meditation when you're just getting into the zone. So I encourage you to try Brave or just do a search for any ad blockers that could be placed onto whatever web browser you're using, whether Yahoo, Explorer, Google. Any Google brand is actually going to have some ads naturally, which sucks. And I cannot change that from YouTube. I've tried several times. For some reason, it's just there. So I encourage you to find a different web browser. So that's my little housekeeping note for this time around. And we're going to get right into the full moon reading. So basically, I've chosen the cards. I've got 4 cards this time, and we're running from the Moonology Manifestation deck from Yasmin Boland. And for an interesting change, but also very relative, the Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Roan Robbins. So let's get right into this. I'm just going to flip this over and let's see. I've picked them, but I haven't looked at them. So let's look at them together. So the first card we have is the new moon in Scorpio. Go deeper. Now, one of the things that I'm finding at the moment is that we're in a time of reflection. And when we're, especially now, when it comes to the full moon reading, as well as, well, full moon in general, and also into the new year, because we're so close to the new year, this is a time of reflection. We're still in the tail end of Mercury in retrograde, which also plays havoc on the electricity and or anything that's basically magnetic and electrical. But also, we're in a state where we do need to go within ourselves and get rid of any excess guck that we still have with us. So what I'm feeling is that anything that is coming up that is karmic. So when I say karmic, I'm talking about experiences that you may have had in this particular lifetime or in other incarnations. If you're also relative to that, if you're watching this, you're probably into this. So I'm just going to say it. The incarnations that you've had on this planet or anywhere else is culminating in this particular lifetime. And as it does so, it brings with it any unresolved issues. So when you have these unresolved issues, I'm sure we've been working through them for however long, the last several years, actually more so than any other time. But at this particular time, you're encouraged not to have anything as you go forward. So letting go of anything that has been bothering you in the past, meaning in this lifetime, anything that's bothering you now and has been playing on your mind. I think a lot of people are into basically the experiences that their parents or grandparents have had. They're also bringing that kind of information that they've had ruminating in their minds and in their thought patterns for a long period of time. And this is in either your conscious in your consciousness or also in your subconscious. And so they can also be those ideals are not yours. So you need to let them go. And one of the major things is the financial situation. In the past, our parents and grandparents worked hard. It's always basically hard work brings you success. In this particular time, and I'm talking now, we're going to a new state of being where the effort you put in, you still have to put in effort, but it's different. It's not necessarily a physical hard work. You are working in co creation with spirit and with your angels and guides that are around you all the time. And it's that communication that you need to actually keep open, keep that line of communication open for efforts to bring in the support that that spirit and your guardian angels and angels around you have for you. This is an effort. This is something to allow them to come in, to work with them, to maintain your ideas, and actually really use your thought patterns and your intentions and attention to intentions in order to bring this forward. So that is the effort at this particular time. Now, physical work, of course, is something that we're going to need to do as well. But this is why we need to. Scorpios are very deep, very deep individuals, and also that sign just brings that willingness to go within and a courageous spirit to be able to tackle anything that you're not wanting anymore. Because it can be very difficult when you bring that back up to look at it, something that have happened in the past that could be resentful, very hurtful, relationships that could have brought along some emotional effort that's very hurtful as well. So these are the things that we need to let go of. But I do want to look into the guidebook and see what is said about this, because there's a lot that can be brought into the light from just reading the guidebook as well. So I've got this out. You're regaining control of a situation that cut deep. So again, we're talking about an experience that we've done, and basically not ruminating on it, but uh, at this time trying to let this go. You've moved through your fears and can now see where this issue has come from. Now isn't the time to gloss over the facts. Rather, it's time for you to face your darkest concern and go deeper. Your situation may need to crumble before it can be renewed. Magic is called for. It's crucial to stay strong now. Sexually, it's time to reach for true communion with your partner. Financially, this is a blessed time to work with someone on a joint venture. It's time to release a grudge. There's a lot in here. Actually, it's tackling almost everything that you could possibly look at, whether it's your career, your relationship with another person, or group of individuals in your community, the financial situation, socially as well, because if it is blessed time to work with other people, then this is a great time to also start new ventures, or at least organize them. So you're manifesting for focus if you want all of these things to come to light and to go deeper into everything and just let these things go. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to sex, money, or an obsession you've been grappling with. And sometimes money can be an obsession, but the financial situation can be an obsession. I know that well. And Scorpio are very sensual individuals as well. So the sex comes up with this as well. So manifesting mindset, know that you are magic. Clear out negativity to supercharge your manifesting powers. And that's exactly what I've been saying. It's just, this is a time of reflection of what things have happened, things, what experiences you've gone through, things that have happened in the past, but not to relive them and to let them go, because emotion of hurt or um, anger, shame, these are very low frequency energy emotions. These are things that you do not want to have within you, because we are raising to an incredible level right now. Our vibrations are raising and connecting with a lot of other people. The quantum field is just growing and oozing with incredible energy from everyone else to manifest that we are all one situation. Then we do want to get rid of the guck. We want to bring our best things about us forward into this collective. So letting these things go is wonderful. Manifesting tips for cutting through fears. Call in Archangel Jeremiah, the angel who helps us to review our lives. Now, this is a really good one. You could just say, instead of, if you don't remember Archangel Jeremiah, just call in your guides and basically say, yeah, I need to let go. I let this go and I need help. They will help you. Channel the energy of Pluto, the planet that guides the sign of Scorpio and likes to go under the radar. And Pluto is playing a very interesting role right now. And I encourage you to look at astrology and take a look at what Pluto is doing at this time. Light a candle and ask Archangel Jeremiah to help you see whatever you need to acknowledge and break through in your life right now. And that's important too. Just basically calling on help, on your divine help that's always there and always around you for financially, career oriented, socially, or anything that you can think of. So manifestation, life goes in cycles, and my life is now regenerating. Now, so death and rebirth. It's very important to recall that, to go within yourself, to go very deep, basically, and say, um, knows about death and rebirth, and a stigma around the death part of things. This is letting things go is a part of death. It's things that you don't want anymore in your life, the emotional attachment to certain things, to certain experiences, to certain people, things that you need to let go of. That's a death. And so don't hold a stigma on death and necessarily saying that it's always got to be a person or something, or something close to you. It's and death is a transmutation. It's not actually ever gone. No one is ever gone. So this is just saying we are now in that regenerating stage. We're going into it at the very least, anyways. So yeah, this is a very, very pertinent time, going deeper into ourselves, trusting our intuition, and knowing that not everything that is being thrown at you or what's coming up may be something to see as truth about you or anywhere else, anything else that's around you. This is a very big time to follow your intuition, follow your gut, and see what resonates with you. So let's go on to the next one. We're now into the star codes astral, and we have Jupiter abundance. And Jupiter is also playing a very big role in our goings into 2024 as well. So I encourage you to also look in that, and especially since it talks about abundance. Oh my goodness, like abundance is very big right now. It's something that, when I say it's very big, it's something that we've always had. It's just now is the time to remember and recall that abundance is very big for us, and it's getting better and better for us because we are recognizing it and very aware that that is right at our doorstep. So let's read through this guidance, the guidance book for this. Jupiter symbolizes how we expand our world through education, law, philosophy, travel, abundance, and an expansive spirit. Jupiter, the traditional ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces, is a huge gas giant, 2.5 times the volume of all the other planets put together. It takes 12 years to circle the zodiac, spending roughly 1 year in each sign. Named for the ruler of all the gods and surrounded by 79 known moons, Jupiter never does anything in small proportions. That's for sure. It's basically big. So the action for this, think bigger. This scenario requires you to be expansive and forgiving. Deal with it in a spacious, curious, fair, and philosophical way. Think globally. Bring in contributions from all around the world. Consider traveling physically or traveling with your senses by listening to music from a less familiar culture or tasting their food. Talk to people who grew up in a circumstance foreign to you and get their viewpoint. That would probably be our elderly as well. Diversify your perspective and that of your team to discover the missing pieces needed to make up a larger whole. Engage in abundant optimism. Get the word out through generosity. Give abundantly and goodwill comes back to you. Invest in education, publication, and broadcasting. Just be careful that your generosity is actually helping the recipient, not enabling or burdening them. Ask what would really help. Jupiter's energy needs a big room and an audience, but it can overshadow important people in more intimate circumstances. Watch that your expansive capacity does not cramp the experimentation of beginners or crowd beloved introverts. Notice where you might overwhelm the people you love and give them room for their more subtle style. If you are the one being so overwhelmed, appreciate your own value, expand in ways that work for you, and let the person with Jupiter energy do their thing. A challenge for this? Jupiter can bring too much of a good thing or leave people feeling overwhelmed. Watch out for the magical thinking and a Pollyanna avoidance of problems. A gift for this time. Give and you shall receive. Jupiter calls you to expand your worldview. So reach out and feel at one with the whole universe. What did I say? We are becoming more at one with each other. Now, that, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody has to get along or that everybody will get along at this time. It's just everybody's finding their way. And this is saying, let them, let everyone find their way. You know that you are in an abundant situation. This is talking about the fact that it's a think bigger situation. So if you've thought, if again, these could very well be thought patterns, could be from your past, whether it was your parents, your grandparents, anybody who's inflicted any type of thought patterns that do not do you any good at this time. These are the type of patterns that we want to let go of these, because now you're making room for the newness, the new thoughts that bring you abundance, that bring you the awareness of the abundance around you. This is also thinking globally, because Jupiter's such a huge planet. We're talking about a global situation. So thinking big, recognizing that your influence, each and every one of your influence does have influence upon the world globally. It's not just about yourself, it's about who's in your environment and who's around you within the world. We have a lot more effect than you think. And we are way more than you think. And that what others, some of the others I talk about in government or they're in, have actually led us to believe. And we just need to remember that. We need to remember and be aware that our powers are magical. We've talked about magic in these last two cards so far. So magic is very big here. And we're going to see more of that, actually. We're going to see more magical situations. Now, don't look to the global arena to find your way, because that's always going to show you the negative chaos that's going on in the world. What this is saying is going within. Again, the going deeper, the very first card that we had, this is talking about our way of expanding ourselves, expanding everything, whether it is in our wants and desires for a better life for ourselves, and in reaching out in our network. Once we make a better life for ourselves, we also transfer that better life to others. Just because we are connected with our network, we are connected with others, it just expands. So keeping this in mind, let's go to the next card here. Solar calm, clarify. Now this has come up, I think, before. I'm not sure exactly which reading it was, but solar calm. Now, our sun right now is far from calm. But I'd have to say that when we look at the solar calm, what this is talking about is basically a form of clarity. When we have the energy coming in from the sun, what we're doing, we're internalizing that type of energy and allowing us to bring more clarity, because we're getting tons of downloads. I don't know about you, but my gosh, it's been the vibration has just been buzzing around us, around in our bodies. So many different symptoms that we're having, physical symptoms, mental, emotional symptoms. That's definitely hitting us on all bases, all portions of what could hit us. It's hitting us. So when this talks about clarity, this is something where you're also clarify rather than clarity. Clarify is something that what we could do is ask spirit for clarification. And when these energies are coming in, we're getting these things downloaded. Within the next, I'd probably say a couple months, we're going to start to clarify what energies, what experiences that are coming up, clarify what we're feeling and what's going to be happening, what's good for ourselves as well as for in the global arena. We're going to be clarifying um, the experiences that are about to occur. So let's just read through this. When the sun is calm with few sunspots or solar flares, its steady energy is quiet and soothes any turbulence in our solar system. The volume is turned down on all other aspects of your astrological chart. Telescopes see farther into space. People tend to search for the metaphysical. Plant growth slows down on Earth, but the arts and creative processes often bloom. Politics tend to be opinionated but quiet, attitudes more entrenched. It's a hard time to start a revolution. That's then. This is now. Action. Just appreciate the deep, energizing quiet of this time. Work for steady progress and play the long game. Listen to your muse and support the arts. Take a creative approach and work toward positive change within the systems that are now in place with gentle, steady pressure. Find like minds and grow those deep connections. Now, that's very big for right now. Listen to the quieter voices that are not usually heard, whether this is the whispering voice of your intuition or the subtle voice of the introverts or underrepresented. And this is definitely something to take into consideration. Take heed at this time. In romantic relationships, hold hands and look for places of quiet refuge together. Build relationships now that will help you to manifest needed changes when the tide turns and the sun activates. Now, we are in an active stage right now, so I'll tell you in a few minutes what I think about this. The challenge is it is not the time to push ahead or spark change. If you try to motivate practical change in your life or try a totally new approach, it can feel like trying to light a match in the fog. Be patient and the fog will clear in time. The gift for this, meditation, helps. Turn down the noise of the outer world and listen with clarity to the knowing within. Let go of the details of the story and feel the call to spirit, to connection, and to the interconnectedness of all existence. In this quiet clarity, you can see far away to the distant stars and come to understand the overarching patterns. And that is what's happening. So basically, they're talking about solar calm gives you that opportunity to go deeper. So this is kind of a twofold effort here. Just basically the card is just saying we're the information that's in here is perfect for this particular time. We are contemplating. We're in a contemplative stage where we're looking back in our lives so that when we go forward, things will be very different and things will change. And then I do see that in 2024, we're going to have a very different look at this year, the year coming up. 2023, it's going to be totally different from 2023 because there's so much awareness and so much that we've learned in this year that 2024 we're going into with an awareness that we've never had before. So the other thing about this I want to talk about, and I was saying how we are in a time of very large activity of the sun. We're in this time of action. So when this is saying, clarify, or in this form of clarification as well, this is where you could go within to get that clarification of all the downloads that are coming in from the solar energy that is really active at this time. And it's apparently supposed to get even more active in the near future. So that being said, we're it says not to actually say as much with regards to an action in your life or trying to motivate practical charm. What this is saying don't push against the grain in order to get something done. Trust the process. I've said this to someone else actually, and to myself, I'm just keeping that in mind as well. But trust the process of things going on in your life and what you want to get done for your life, because things do have divine timing, and they are when you ask your guides and you ask spirit for divine timing and when things should happen. The when is never really given to us because it's about vibration, about energetic vibration. When we are aligned in the energetic vibration, not only with ourselves, but also with either the immediate collective or the entire collective, depending on how big a project it is that you're trying to get out, then things will start to move effortlessly for you. But if you find that you're wanting something to happen right away, this is our impatience. This is human impatience. And the more you try to get it done, the more you push to get it done, the more resistance energy that is going to be created, and you're not going to see any efforts. You're not going to see anything for the efforts that you've done. So in other words, don't push against the grain. Allow things to happen naturally. Contemplate, organize, making sure that your ideas are sound, writing things down, meaning organizing, and then you'll see how things will just fall together when things are ready. It's saying it not to do like an action, but yet when you're contemplating, when you're organizing your thoughts onto, say, paper, you're still doing action. So it's not to say, just don't do anything, but that's a good thing too. They're talking about meditation, not to say that that's not anything, but basically sitting in a quiet contemplative effort allows you to bring in the energies that give you ideas to get your things done. So that's pretty much where we're here, where we're at. It's a lot of, I won't say mind, but I'd say it's a lot of one-on-one with spirit. And if you keep that connection open, you'll find that what you would like to have happen in the new year or right immediately will start to become more clear to you. So the steps will become clearer to you, and you'll find that it'll be easier to get everything completed once all these steps are put in a row. So let's look at the last card that we have here. Pallas Athena, think. So Pallas Athena, I know, is also a goddess, and has been said to be a goddess, and basically thinking about things. I think is also allowing you that opportunity to contemplate and see what will help you along your way to create those steps. So let's see what the guidebook has to say about Pallas Athena, think. Pallas Athena speaks of a sharp and guarded intellect. Mythological Athena is the goddess of wisdom, intellect, skill, strategy, and defense. Her father Zeus swallowed her mother, Metis. Did not know that, so this is really shocking to me. Sorry. Her father Zeus swallowed her mother Metis, goddess of wise counsel and planning, possibly to hide her from his spouse Hera. Athena gave her father a pounding headache, then leapt fully grown and completely armored from her father's forehead. This powerful goddess could beat the males at their own game and challenge the world to never underestimate feminine strength and wisdom. And we're formulating a more feminine, divine time period, energy at this time. Action. Pallas Athena loans you the ability to walk into a boardroom or other professional situation and be ready to take on any challenge completely in your power with just the right words at hand. Just ask her. Pallas Athena is within you. Speak to her. She can help you navigate the echelons of power, develop real skills, craft, articulation, and tech genius with her support and your concentration. Connect your trained knowledge, natural abilities, and that spark of divine fire. Just don't overdo the intellectual defenses. And that's very pertinent for this time. Make sure your intelligence and ability to rationalize don't cause more problems than they solve. Don't be in your head too much, be in your heart as well. Take off your helmet in the bedroom. Inventory yourself and see if you like Athena, underestimate the power of the feminine heart or emotional intelligence. Keep that mind connected to your heart. Man, that's so true. Challenge: wherever you are on the gender spectrum, do not think you need to deny or disrespect the feminine, the anima, and the heart in yourself and others in order to access brilliant intelligence and competence. The gift: ask for help when you need it, and divine answers will reveal themselves. And that's what I'm saying. Keep an open connection with your guides and the divine so that that energy can also come through. Plus, of course, other people if you need to ask them for help. You can think through this situation with a combination of rigorous logic and a real curiosity about the truth, all connected to an open heart. This is actually also about the balance between your heart connection and your mind, using the intelligence that you have created as well, that you've brought into this world and where you are at this time. Make that a balance with your heart when you're making decisions. And when it comes to the decision making at this time too, Mercury in retrograde at this time, hard decisions like decisions that are life changing are not the greatest to look at this time. However, if you have to, then putting as much effort into organizing and thinking it through very well will get you the right decision. That's also allowing you to be in support with great spirit to bring in the right information that'll help you to make that decision. So when I look at this, I think we are in a very divine feminine time period. We're going more and more into the Aquarian time, which is very much about this humanitarianism, technology. We're seeing the energies of the divine coming out a lot within the world. The compassion that is being triggered in a lot of us, and that's heart connection. There's more and more of that coming out, regardless if what you see as chaos in the world and what is happening. That's keep in mind that what you do see, whether it's put on by mainstream media or um, uh, any other media that you watch or that you see in your own social media, is only one view, and it's also a view that is chosen for you to see. So what you have to do is discern what you see, and also allow yourself not to be biased. Look at both sides of the story from an outer point of view without having any bias to it. So I'm talking about many different things that's happening politically, for example. And we're going to see a lot of changes with that as well in the near future, in the next year, in the couple of years to come. So I would say probably between 2024 and 2026, we're going to see a lot of changes in the politics. And that's because we are the ones that are going to make the changes as humans. So, anyways, that's I will likely put out another little video that kind of gives you my ideas of what I see happening in 2024, as a little tidbit because it's too much to put in here at this time. But what I'm encouraging you to do is be unbiased. Use that heart energy that we are all capable of having because we have it. We've been born of it. Take that heart energy and bring it into the fore. That is that part of the feminine energy that we're seeing. No matter if you are, if you have male, we both have, we have both. We have both. We have the male energy and female energy. We all have. That's the balance that's within us as every human being. So taking this, we're looking into that feminine energy of compassion, of um, of nurturing, and of looking into what is good for everyone, not just for yourself, like individual. So this is something that's very important. I think when we're looking at thinking about what we want for ourselves, always look at how is it going to help you and also help the collective, because we are thinking about everyone else as well. So let's just take a really cute recap of this because I think it's all connected. We need to go deeper. We're at this time where the planetary aspects are telling us to go deeper, to be in a contemplative state, and basically just look back at what's happened. We're approaching a new year, so basically, this is a time to look back at what's happened, and now opening that door to the newness that's about to come. Jupiter is talking about abundance, and basically the planet itself is in a very interesting aspect that's at this time, and creating the abundance for us is that much more than what we've ever had in the past, only because our minds are also changing and our awareness of abundance is changing. The solar calm clarify, we're also getting tons of downloads that are allowing us to clarify what we have, what we've done in the past, what we're doing right now, and what we want in the future to happen for ourselves, because the future is still untold. The future is like literally the next minute from now. So the future is untold. So this is where you want to clarify your intentions and what you would like to see happen within your life and how it's going to affect everyone else. And we also have a goddess talking to us. So the divine feminine, which brings in Pallas Athena, says, think before you act. Um, Allow yourself to create the steps that are necessary in order to bring about what it is that you want to manifest. And I'd have to say as well, because this is a full moon, and the last full moon of the year, we're letting go as well as bringing in the new, because the new year is coming as well. And I mean, think about the energies that have been around in this month in general. We've had the 12/12 portal, which we always do, but we've also had incredible solar energy that has been coming in, creating the northern lights, and as well as just changing us on a cellular basis, because that's what it does. Those particles are coming through and affecting every last one of us. Our physical symptoms, as well as mental emotional symptoms, are also being triggered because of this. Now we had a new moon just at the same time that we had the 12/12 portal, which is pretty intense. And now we have a full moon before the new year. So you know what, we're being bombarded, but we're doing this for we're getting this happening to us because we're ready for it. It may seem like it's a whole lot. And yeah, you know what? It is. But we can handle this. We have in the past. There's countless numbers of civilizations that have handled this and more in the past. So humans do adapt. We do accommodate things into our lives. We can do this. And because of the fact that we are actually in this ascension pattern, things are going to look very different next year, because a lot of us have become aware. We've seen a lot of truth that has come out, and we're going to see way more coming out within the next, well, probably in the next few months, I'd have to say. So I'm going to give that little tidbit for my ideas about 2024 and beyond in another video very soon. But I'll also be coming out with my first 6 month reading. So I encourage you to take a look at that to see, because I'm very curious myself to see what the first 6 months is going to look like. I'm guessing it's going to be crazy. Like I'm talking about, it is going to be pretty nuts, but it is going to it's going to feel different for each and every one of us, how it affects each and every one of us. So I hope this has helped. It's a lot of information. So I hope it's helped you in some way. And I also want to mention too, to please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you do. Um, we're going to be having a lot of, I think, a lot more videos in the near future in this next year. And so I really would love you to hear what I have to say, and basically what the guides have to say through me. So please do that if you're able to, if you haven't already. And go to my website, takebackyourpower.live or live, and sign up for a free newsletter, free weekly newsletter, which I have running and will continue to run in the new year. I believe we're going to be having more content. So gives you a little bit of a channeled message that I have my guides help me through, as well as a card of the week, and kind of helps you along the way, just in case there's some things that might be happening within the new year that might give you the deed for a little bit more of divine help. So in any case, I hope this has helped. I hope you have a wonderful full moon and a terrific holiday. And I will see you in the next video coming up, whether it's a 6 month or a little bit of tidbits that I have about the new year. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and